Hey guys, and welcome back to Culture Boys, a show where two guys just want to have a chat. I'm Nathan, and as always, I'm joined by Pepe, and we are back for another random anime review.
Yeah,
Yay!
random anime. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. I feel like by this point I don't really have to explain it, but I feel compelled to.
For any new viewers, it's like probably worth mentioning how we get to find these random anime and why this series is called what it is.
So we decide we're gonna record one of these. Pepe then goes on to Crunchyroll and picks normally 7 to 10.
It's usually a number of because from the most popular list on Crunchyroll, and usually like it's only ones that we haven't seen before. So I compiled a list, like you said, roughly around 10, maybe less, maybe more, depending on the week. And then I tell Nathan pick a number, and then we go from that. That is how we select these anime.
Yes.
And yes, do you want to intro what anime we've watched this week, Nathan?
Okay. It's one of those ones.
Yeah.
We watched Aristocrat's Otherworldly Adventure, serving gods who go too far.
Yes, it's another Aristocrat anime and another Aristocrat isekai.
Another Aristocrat isekai. Yay. Fuck my life.
So, like, for those who haven't actually seen one of our previous anime reviews, we did a review of, what was the actual name of the anime? It was like, the world's finest assassin gets reincarnated into an aristocrat.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was what it was called. So,
Yes.
a slightly different premise. However, there was another, like, what was the other isekai that we watched, which I could directly compare it to? There's another isekai.
It was, I just had it. I literally just had it on my list.
Yeah.
Oh, is it, the Reborn to Master the Blade from Hero King to Extraordinary Squire? Was that it?
Yeah, okay, so that's not so much an aristocrat, that's a squire thing. Okay, yeah, so...
I mean, that was like half isekai, or are you talking about campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill?
I mean, campfire cooking, I feel like I really enjoyed campfire cooking, but... and I felt that was different enough, and I think there wasn't so much aristocrat stuff. So my thing here is that this is another...
I think we've only done 2 or 3 of the aristocrat ones.
Yeah, I think, to be fair, I think we've maxed out as many aristocrat animes as we can at this point with this episode.
Oh, except we haven't, because let's face it, it's, there's plenty of them, and they keep coming out.
I mean, aristocrat animes anyway. I feel like there's like aristocrat isekais. Maybe that's what, maybe I'm finding that kind of niche right now. But World's Finest Assassin, which was okay for what it was. Like, I think both myself and Nathan actually kind of enjoyed the first few episodes of it.
What's Finest Assassin? It was alright.
It was okay, well, it wasn't the best thing, but it was fine. The Squire anime was, another isekai, which was kind of...
I enjoyed that one a little bit more.
Did you? Okay. Like, I think that had heavy Goku influences.
Maybe that's why.
And then, yes, another, not so much tied in with this, but another isekai we have reviewed is obviously Campfire Cooking in Another World. I watched the whole series of that. I really enjoyed that one.
I will watch the whole series of that. But yeah, that's a short rundown of like the most recent
isekais that we've done. Yeah.
I mean, they're almost all isekais at this point.
I mean, yeah, like...
I think 75% of our random anime reviews, granted, we've only done, now this is the 8th one.
Yeah.
But I think at least 5 of them are isekai.
I mean, yeah, there's a whole...
I think there's only like 3 where we haven't, and that's because, you know, RNG was in our favor, or we picked specifically the...
Realistically, we've discussed in previous episodes the fact that isekai is a very popular like genre of anime right now. It has been for a fair few years, and right now I can't see that stopping. But regardless, we're going to talk about this today, this anime, give our thoughts, and Nathan, before we jump into what this is like, well, should we just jump into what this is about? I was about to say before we jump into it, but might as well jump straight into it. Yeah, can you give us a rundown quick, Nathan? Because that's what you do best.
Okay. So, the Aristocrat's Otherworldly Adventure Serving Gods Who Go Too Far was created by Yashu. The novels were originally published in 2016, October 28th, and it's an ongoing book series. By the way, it's not finished, which is crazy. The anime was originally broadcast April 3rd, 2023, so this year, like quite recent. Animated by two different studios, which is unusual, I guess. EMT Squared and Magic Bus are the studios. And the series is about Shina Kazuya, who gets reborn into an isekai world. Like, I have a whole thing, but I kind of can't be bothered to read it.
Right. Okay.
Shit. Okay, I'll read the thing. I'll read the thing
Yeah.
from Crunchyroll verbatim.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I'm just getting into it. Shinakazuya's convenience store visit was anything but when he was killed protecting a girl. It's actually two girls. Weird that they put a girl, but whatever. He suddenly awakens in the kind of world he has only dreamed about, one with magic and swords, now as Kane von Silford, or Kain, because they're Japanese. A son of an aristocratic family, the gods grant him divine blessings and extraordinary stats. Though he does his best, he still gets in trouble. Kane's chaotic life is about to begin. There you go. That is it.
I feel that pained you more than most other. Yeah, that definitely pained you more than most descriptions you've read out recently. I've-
Well, now we're jumping straight into it.
yeah, yeah.
It's this anime. Okay, I did not enjoy this at all.
Yeah.
It was a slog.
Yes, I'm inclined to agree because this is the one thing about these anime is that like with these kind of animes is that the fact that usually like I try to give it as much of a chance as possible, and a lot of the time these things they're different enough to have something going for them. I feel like with World's Finest Assassin, it was like, oh, there's this assassin guy, and it like there's certain things that came with it. It was like, oh, that's slightly different. That's interesting. They've done it this way instead.
Yeah.
However, like I don't think I've watched something that has just decided, no, I'm gonna skip like all the things that usually make a isekai popular, and I'm gonna just go for the most basic kind of thing that I can go for. And like you said, I can understand why you are frustrated with this, Nathan, because right now we've watched an anime which is basically like if you're going to give someone that's like, oh, write an isekai with no other factors written into it. No, it is literally the most basic isekai I've ever read. This is the one thing. It has nothing different going for it. Like,
Yeah, it's the most nothing anime ever. I feel like I watched the first episode, and honestly, if I had not watched it, no one could convince me I missed out on anything at all.
yeah,
It just I didn't see the point. The main character in his real life was just a regular person. Fair enough. Sometimes that's how these stories go, right?
I mean, is literally
But at the same time, this is literally like Pepe said. There is like nothing new of this. Like it's everything that's already happened before. I've seen all of these tropes. I've seen all of this everything. The only thing this has going for it is that the main character is aware of isekai tropes.
yes,
That's it. The main character can break the fourth wall a little bit because he's a little bit self-aware. That's it.
yeah.
But it's not enough to be like,
He actively knows about isekai tropes. Like, he's like, oh, it's like one of those things that like, oh, I get killed and get reincarnated in another world. He references that a little too much within the first episode for my liking. However, this also goes into like I think that their way of being like, oh, this is different is, oh, okay, like he has max stats given to him by every single god, but like. We've seen like isekais before where a guy has like some mad stats. Like I think it was Campfire Cooking. Like the guy has like max like food stats and he can give like other people mad boosts.
yeah.
Like we've seen this before, and we have seen it in like what was it, the Finest Assassin anime? Like he has like mad knowledge and then he boosts up like a little bit here and there.
Hell, like we even saw it in Isekai Oji-san, like Uncle from Another World. He had mad skills, but like it worked in his favor and it worked in that series' favor. Like in the other series, it's sort of like, okay, cool, that works. But for in whatever reason in this one, I'm just like, I don't care
Yeah.
that this fucking 5-year-old has just been blessed by the gods because the gods want to fuck with him or some shit. I don't even know why they did it, and I don't care.
Yeah.
It's just like, why?
It just doesn't bring anything new. This is my thing with it. It's just like, okay, cool. It goes through the tropes. It goes through this. It goes through that. And like, oh yeah, it's an aristocrat thing. Okay, cool. Again, nothing I haven't seen before. Like literally, we did it's a series we did last year. It's like the character design is very basic. There's yeah, it's anime design. That's all it is. And it kind of goes into the like stereotypical tropes of anime. Oh, here's this woman with big breasts. Oh, it's like this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's embarrassment. Oh, it's like
Yeah.
it goes into every single trope you can hit, and it still comes out boring as hell. Like I try to look at these things constructively most of the time, but like, I think we both try to. But like this one, I don't understand how this is even that popular because it is something like surely everyone's seen before. I don't understand unless I'm missing something. Unless it's one of those where it gets good after the 4th episode or whatever. Boy, that is a big sell. You have to really convince me now that this is going to be a good anime after that first episode.
Yeah, I know, right? That's a big, big ask.
Like I even said like I usually give these things a chance. Like I got to the point I finished that first episode and I was like, okay, shall I move on to the next one? Nah, I'm not. I don't really feel that passionate about it. And then later on in the day, I was like, you know what? I'll try and watch it. I might put it on just in the background, see what it's like. And like it got to the first 2 minutes and I was like, you know what? I have better things to do. Like I literally just turned. I tried to watch the second episode and turned off in 2 minutes. It's never happened before. Never happened in like a manga review, an anime review, where I've actively stopped looking at that form of media because I thought I was too bored or like I had other better things to do. It's never happened before. Like I tried.
I almost couldn't get through the first episode. Legit, I think I got 3/4 of the way through and I wanted to stop. I actually was like, is this over yet? And I think it was just before he was getting baptized, and I was like, is this done yet? And it wasn't. It was a struggle, man. It was a struggle. Hated it is an understatement.
Yeah, it's did you watch the sub or dub for this, by the way? I feel like I know what your answer's gonna be, but
I watched the sub, but that's because for whatever reason, when you watch this on Crunchyroll, if you don't have premium,
okay.
I watched it on browser, so I wasn't logged into the premium account. I couldn't be bothered. It won't let you watch the dub unless you have premium, which is fine by me. I'm not that bothered.
Yeah,
I really don't think the dub would have saved this.
Oh, if anything, like the dub does not help it whatsoever. Because my one gripe with the dub as well is the main character, Shina Kazuya, who goes into Kane von Silford. Like, because obviously he's gone into like, what is he? He's like 3 years old when he gets reincarnated?
Yes.
Or something like that, like 3 to 5 years old.
He's 3 and then time skips to 5, but yeah.
No criticism to the voice actress or whatever, but boy, it is an annoying dub voice. It like because
Wait, between sub and dub, I just wanted to ask, in the dub, did they call him Kane or did they call him Kine?
they call him Kane.
Okay. That's what I thought. I'm glad they did that. Just wanted to ask, because obviously in Japanese they don't have those sounds, so they didn't call him Kane von Silford. It was Kine von Silford.
Oh, okay. No, they definitely call him Kane. Like, yeah.
Because Japanese, so it was just weird, because obviously
Yeah.
it's just because as an English person who speaks English, I read it as Kane, and I expect to hear it as Kane, but I just kept hearing Kine because they don't have those sounds. minor gripe. That really is just my issue.
I get that completely. Yeah, yeah. It was Kane on my end, so like seeing it that way is completely understandable. But again, yeah, going back to what I was saying, like the voice actress like went for this weird baby voice for Cade for some reason, and it is so freaking annoying to hear because you know when someone does like like oh my god, I can't believe I'm talking like this, like that kind of shit. You know what I mean? The baby voice.
Oh no, they didn't.
Yeah, it is like literally the whole episode I had to deal with that, and I was just like I was sat there like, oh, this is so like literally it's not even like it's one half the episode, it's a full episode like that.
So it's like ooh shit.
Yes, exactly like ooh shit. It is Oh, but if like someone like with the thing was trying to speak with.
In the dub, sorry, not the dub. In the sub, it was nothing like that.
Oh no, it was bad. It was like the whole freaking episode was like it, like, and it's like if someone like did the shit like and just spoke like a normal human being, but with the voice, and it is just like it was so grating to hear because
Ah.
everyone else is talking normally, and then it's just like, oh my god, I'm reborn as a toddler. I can't believe it, and it's like, ah, no, stop, please, just go.
That's so weird because like in the sub they didn't do that. The voice actor just spoke normally and like the voice got higher. So like from their normal voice, like inside there, it only got like marginally higher as well. It's like if talking now is like, oh, this is before isekai, and then I was like, oh, I'm a kid now.
Yeah. That's what isekais normally do. That's what they normally go for. Like, but this one was like, nah, we're gonna go full baby voice with it for some reason. Like, again, another thing to put me off this anime.
Ugh.
Like every isekai that's done this reborn as a kid or whatever, they usually, like you said, they go for the high voice, and that's it. That's it sorted. It's fine. But no. Yeah, like I think
That's so weird. Why would they do that?
I don't know, but by age 5, I think it gets sorted. Maybe I can't remember, but it's the only thing I can hear. So it's just
Man, I bet you wish you watched the sub then, because like the sub, it was consistent the whole way through. 3 or 5, he still just spoke normally. There wasn't any like, oh, babu babu.
like, it was just literally like I think I know I kind of could watch the sub if I wanted to, but like. It just means I have to pay more attention to this anime, and I don't really want to. At least with like the dub, I can kind of half pay attention and do other things. But oh god, everything about like I was going into this right, thinking this is gonna be something that might change my mind about like the isekai kind of. We picked this out. I remember when we picked this out, both of us were like, okay, it's another one of these, and now it's I was hoping it'd change my mind after watching it. It hasn't changed my mind at all. If anything, it's made it worse.
I don't think there'll be anything that could actually change my mind on isekai. Really? Okay. The only thing that got close was like Uncle from Another World. But besides that, every other isekai has just been the same kind of stuff. It's because it's always like we're in a weird fantasy world, but now there's also like video game tropes. There's more often than not like, oh, we got this skill and you got this status screen as if it was an in-game menu, and I'm just kind of like, can we not? I don't know why they always have to go from modern world to swords and magic. Why can't you go to some fantasy sci-fi world? Do you know what I mean? Like, how come you don't get isekai'd into fucking Star Wars or an alien world? Do you know what I mean?
It's just the thing that keeps going at the moment, isn't it? Like,
Like,
they have their themes with it, I guess. But like, oh no, I quite liked what was it, Campfire Cooking in Another World. I think that was like that was a favorite of mine. I really enjoyed that one.
yeah.
But I feel like it has to really come through. I don't think that's it feels like an exception.
Again, there's only a few exceptions, but yeah. I actually, funny enough, I was I was telling people like, oh, this is the one I have to watch for the next episode, and I actually genuinely was like, why couldn't I get the fucking vending machine isekai for fuck's sake? Why this?
At least the vending machine isekai is different, you know.
At least the vending machine would have been like weird and wacky.
Yeah. I would have liked to do that as well, actually. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, ugh. Oh,
right. I don't know if there's
God.
much. I feel like if we kept on talking about this, I feel like honestly, we could keep on ranting and raging about this first episode, but there isn't anything that we could really positively recommend from this. I think out of all the animes we have done in Random Anime Review, even manga reviews, I don't think both of us have like agreed on something that we've disliked more.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's much else we can really say about it.
I don't think so. I don't want to gripe about this anymore because I just don't want to waste the brain power thinking about this anymore.
I never really want to go like fully negative into something. I always like try and find the positives in some of these things. But like if it is just outright awful, I can't really say anything positive about it. I mean, maybe animation's clean. That's the only. If I was going to find any positives, I think I could say animation looks quite nice. But again, it's nothing too different from what we've seen. It's no mapper, let's put it that way. Like I can't be like, oh, like it's decent animation. That's it. It's not great. It's just there. It's average. And you got an awful story that goes with it. I can't. That's the only thing I can say if I was going to find a positive.
Oh wait, there was only one thing I liked in this,
Mm.
and that was the old. For some reason, this anime uses the old sort of Transformer slash Batman transition. Like a sword just appears on screen, and they're like
Oh yeah.
wipe. It's almost like a wipe, and then it's like the next frame. And every time I just sort of thought of the old Transformers, like the Autobot logo, or like Decepticons come up and it's like and then it like transitions to the next screen, like, or like Batman, like
maybe we should be using that in our Cultured Boys episodes.
For what? We don't transition to different screens. Or
Yeah,
anything.
just different images. each different image, we put a little Cultured Boys logo spinning.
Just spinning, or just like that, exactly like that. It fucking our logo comes up on screen, like takes up the whole frame, and then shrinks back down and disappears. It's just the next picture.
If we did that for considering our editing style with these episodes, if we did that, that'd be the most frustrating thing
so
to
annoying.
But yeah, I guess that's a positive you can take away from it.
It'd also be the most frustrating thing to edit.
Oh, it'd be like ridiculous amounts of like alpha layers and all that kind of shit. It'd be absurd. Okay, cool. Well, that is a positive we can end on. I feel like, yeah, like I think I speak for Nathan here in the fact that I don't think neither of us are going to recommend this anime.
No, God, no.
I mean, if you're into your isekais, if you're into your otherworld things, like there's better ones out there. Honestly, that's my takeaway. I'm sure it's Nathan's as well. I don't know. Is it? I'm speaking on behalf of you right now.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
There definitely are better ones.
Yeah.
We mentioned 2 of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm never recommending this. This was such a fucking nothing. Ugh.
Yeah. It at least. Oh, this is one thing. You know what the worst thing is, so you can compare it to. You gotta have the bad to actually have the good. Is that the saying? I don't know.
Yeah, we did say that in. Yeah, you need to take the bad with the good. Well, we said that in something else. I remember.
Was that the last episode? I'm sure it was the last. Was it the last episode? I'm sure it was.
No, it was Beat in Motion. That was it. Because I remember the editing that.
It was Beat in Motion. Yeah, there we go. That's what it is. It's Beat in Motion.
So 2 episodes ago, we said that.
I think well, to be fair, Beat in Motion, I read the whole series at the time. So that is a lot more.
Yeah, I preferred that to
yeah.
this.
It's a low bar. Right, okay.
Yeah.
On that note, guys, thank you for listening to us rant for almost half an hour. You can find us on Twitter, all podcast platforms, links in the description, and also remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button to hear more from Cultured Boys in the future episodes. Hopefully we find something more positive to talk about next time.
Yeah, hopefully.
We'll see you next time for a Cultured Boys episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.